Jordan Peele is a man who has done a lot of things, mainly acting and producing, but he has directed a few films as well, one of which was recently released depending on what country you're in, that new film called Nope. This marks his third film that he has directed, and therefore it is eligible for me to rank. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing in today's video, but before we do, please let me know what yours is down below. I'm eager to see, as his films share many different opinions from others around the world, and I'd like to hear yours, as mine aren't the right ones, they're just what I think. But anyway, without further delay, let's get into it.
Walk on by.
Just like with all his film, Nope continues the beautiful cinematography combined with a very serious story, which does manage to sneak in some quirkiness to make it just a little bit more lighthearted and enjoyable. But also, like his previous films, mainly his last one, Us, this is one which I think I'll need to have many viewings of to fully understand it and enjoy it more than I did so this time. The story itself, I was, following along with it, the main story, but there were just some very unorthodox additions which either convoluted things or just ruined momentum when it's starting to build. Things which I know obviously have hidden meanings which you're supposed to look into, but felt a bit frustrating not being able to piece them together. And I feel as though to properly enjoy a film, you shouldn't have to look around YouTube afterwards to find out the actual meaning of it. But like I said, now that I do have that knowledge from looking into it, maybe if I go into watching it again, I'll enjoy it a lot more, and in fact I'm counting on it. But as for now, I have this in last place. It is by no means a bad film because there are so many great things about it, from the stacked cast who all deliver great performances, the constant tension, especially leading towards the end. There are many strong aspects of Nope, but as I mentioned, the storytelling was very unclear and very unorthodox, as I mentioned, so it stopped me from fully enjoying this more than the other two that he has made. Every rewatch of Us, I enjoy it just a little bit more, but not enough to clinch the top spot. As for me, while there are many great things about it, it has quite a few inconsistencies and plot holes. From the start, it's clear that this isn't just an average horror movie. There are intentions to make this stand out with its meanings, its messaging, but also its thrills, because I felt them a lot here, especially when we're first introduced to the tethered in the driveway. Right from the start, Jordan Peele establishes such a real feeling family with how they joke around with each other and get embarrassed by their dad when he dabs or whatever. Felt I could relate to that, and therefore made it feel like I was caring about an actual family when they went through these difficult circumstances. And not only that, it just makes their development really short and simple and efficient, as you don't have to spend time developing them throughout the story. You can just set it early on and then all the stuff can work off it. Jordan Peele's signature humor does play into this film, and while there are many funny moments, often they did come at the expense of breaking tension and momentum, similarly in a way to how Nope did, because you'd have some truly terrifying scenes and can be kind of undermined by a cheap joke. Whether it's good or bad, it just kind of breaks that tension. I mentioned with its messaging, it came with the expense of a few plot holes, and while that was frustrating, I did find the doppelganger aspect very interesting, as you got to see, well, not many, but some contrasting people who are very similar, most notably Red and Adelaide, who I have to give a special shout out to Lupita Nyong'o, who just gave such a fantastic performance as both of these sides. But yeah, this is one which I know over the years has become very hit or miss. You either love it or you hate it. I wouldn't say I love it, but I certainly do enjoy it, but there are some things which could have maybe been improved upon to help it get to my top spot.
Run, rabbit, run, 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 run.
Although saying that, I think Get Out was always going to be my number one pick even before I saw the other two, because it is just that good. When you think of horror films, your mind instantly goes to possession, ghosts, or slasher films. So while it does fall under the genre of horror, it is very refreshing to see such a grounded take on it, combining in those horror aspects. What Peele is great at doing with his films is setting the tone and the characters right from the get-go, and that's what he does brilliantly here, with how Daniel Kaluuya's character has to deal with everyday racism, as well as the relationship between him and his girlfriend. There are many cases of things seeming okay, you feel safe watching it, and then out of nowhere, bam, something terrible happens, And that was the case with the opening scene, where it was a nice drive to his girlfriend's parents' house until he suddenly hits a deer and then is racially abused by a police officer. And that's kind of a recurring theme in this film, with that feeling of safeness until you're immediately taken out of it with some surprising action. I've seen this film a few times and it gets better with each rewatch, especially once you know all the twists. But even with those twists in mind, Get Out is so well written. Even though you know the outcome of the Armitage family, you can't help but find them a little bit likable at the start. I know that sounds very bad to say, but watching through this, you know, they seem genuinely nice people, but then as things go on, they're clearly not. And I think it is really well written to be able to maintain that effect when you already know what their true colours are. But I think the biggest sin of the Armitage family is the fact that she uses Bing. Everybody is great in this film, just like in all his films, but Daniel Kaluuya, who is Jordan Peele's go-to guy, is absolutely superb and just felt like a very real performance. Similarly to Robert Eggers, Jordan Peele has only made a few films, and each one of them has been very special, whether they're brilliant or just have some special things about them. So I'm very eager to see more films he makes in the future, as I think he's very talented in that department, as well as all the other departments that he mainly stays within. But yeah, as I mentioned at the start, please let me know what your ranking is down below, and if you're there already, please like and subscribe. That would mean a lot. I mentioned in the intro that this film has been out for a while in some countries, and America it's probably been out for a month and a half, and in England it came out just as I was going on holiday, so I've only got the chance to watch it and rank it now. And that's the same for Better Call Saul, which my ranking should be my next one unless something disastrous happens. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you in my next one.